Have you ever felt like your money disappears faster than it arrives? Like no matter how hard you try, your bank account just won't cooperate? You're not alone. Most people struggle with managing their money, but the good news is, it doesn't have to be that way. What if I told you that with just a few simple steps, you could take complete control of your finances? Stick with me for the next 10 minutes, and you'll learn how to build a budget that will finally put you in charge of your money before it's too late. But first, let's understand how budgeting got its start and why it's more crucial today than ever before. So, why does budgeting matter now more than ever? Let's dive into that. The history of budgeting, why it matters today. To truly understand budgeting, we need to travel back in time. The concept of managing money is as old as civilization itself. Ancient societies traded goods and services, keeping careful track of what they had and what they owed. As economies grew, so did the complexity of managing wealth. Fast forward to the 20th century, budgeting became essential for households. And today? Well, today, it's a survival tool. Living in an era of credit cards, digital payments, and rising costs, it's easier than ever to lose track of your finances. Without a plan, you could be sleepwalking into debt. That's why budgeting is your shield against financial chaos. But how do you create one that works for you? Here's where we get to the exciting part. Step 1. Tracking your income expenses. The first step to building a budget is knowing exactly how much money you have coming in and going out. Seems simple, right? But you'd be surprised how many people overlook this. Your income is the foundation of your budget. Whether it's your paycheck, side hustle, or even money from your investments, knowing how much you earn is crucial. And here's the urgent part. Every single dollar that slips through your fingers without a plan could be the difference between financial stability and sinking into debt. Now, let's talk about your expenses. We often underestimate how much we spend on things like food, subscriptions, and those spontaneous purchases that seem small, but they add up fast. So how do you keep all this under control? There's a simple solution. Step 2. Categorizing your expenses. Once you know where your money is going, it's time to divide your expenses into categories. Think of this as setting up buckets for your spending. Essentials like rent, groceries, and utilities go into one bucket. Non-essentials like eating out, entertainment, and those spontaneous shopping sprees into another. And here's the exciting part. Categorizing your expenses allows you to visualize where you can save. You'll suddenly see opportunities to cut back on things that don't truly add value to your life. But what if you don't know how much is too much for each category? That's where the next step comes in. Step 3. Setting spending limits. Now that you've sorted your expenses, it's time to assign limits. This is the part where you take full control. Look at each category and decide how much is reasonable to spend. Here's a trick. Start with your essentials and work your way down. Prioritize necessities and assign what's left to non-essentials. But beware, overspending in any category can lead to a budget breakdown. This is where discipline comes in. It's about making tough choices now to enjoy peace of mind later. Want to know how to keep your budget in check without constantly stressing? That's coming up next. Step 4. Monitoring, adjusting your budget. Building a budget isn't a set it and forget it deal. The final step is to regularly check your progress. Are you sticking to the limits you've set? If you've spent too much in one category, you may need to make adjustments. And guess what? That's perfectly normal. A budget should be flexible enough to adapt to real life. Here's where the urgency comes in. Don't wait until your finances are out of control to check your budget. Make it a habit to review it weekly, or at least monthly, because the longer you wait, the harder it will be to get back on track. But what if you want to take your budgeting to the next level? There's one more thing you should consider. Step 5. The power of automation. Now, let's talk about how to make budgeting effortless. Automation. Today, you have the advantage of technology. Use apps that automatically track your spending, categorize your expenses, and even alert you when you're nearing your limits. Set up automatic transfers to savings accounts, so you're putting money aside without even thinking about it. This is where budgeting truly becomes empowering. With the right tools, you can live your life without constantly worrying about where your money is going. Imagine that freedom. But there's still one last step that could be the key to turning budgeting into a life-changing habit. The final secret. The final step to building a simple budget: consistency. A budget works when you make it part of your routine. It's not just about 1 week or 1 month, it's about making this a lifelong habit. The power of budgeting comes from the long-term impact it has on your financial health. And remember, it's okay if you slip up. The most important thing is to get back on track. Here's the exciting truth: with consistency, you'll start seeing real change. You'll save more, stress less, and be ready for whatever life throws your way. So, there you have it, the simple steps to build a budget that works for you. Remember, budgeting is the key to financial freedom, and it's never too late to start. But the real question is, are you ready to take control of your future? Hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and subscribe for more tips on mastering your money. You've got this. Now go make that budget work for you.